apart, big toes in line. And if you were just to circle your arms around you, just make sure that you've got a little bit of space for yourself. And then bring yourself back to the center. Let your arms relax. Lift your gaze towards the horizon. And then shrug your shoulders, lifting your shoulders up to your ears, breathing in. And exhale, glide your shoulders down, lengthen along the back of your neck, and then close your eyes or soften your gaze for a moment. And just allow yourself to slow down, starting off your Monday and the rest of your week with just a little bit of connection to yourself. Starting to notice how your physical body feels this morning. Starting to notice how your energy feels this morning. Just allow your breathing to slow down. Take a moment to listen to your heartbeat. Let your forehead and your eyes relax and soften. And we take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh. And then blinking your eyes open, we're going to start with a roll down. Take a breath in. Exhale as you nod your chin and start looking towards the floor and feeling the curve of your upper back, your lower back, and then stop with your hands just in front of your knees. Double check that your abdominals are supporting you from the front. Feeling the curve of your spine. Notice the stretch. And then on your next breath, fold over even further so you can feel that you are releasing now from the front of your hip. And maybe you're flexible enough to put your hands on the floor, relaxing your shoulders, wherever you are. Just pause for a moment and notice where you are feeling the stretch now. Has it moved? Take an inhale. Breathe out and roll yourself back up into standing. Feel the connection along the back of your body as it lifts you all the way up tall and finding that opening across your heart and across your chest. Softening your knees, bringing your right arm and just resting your forearm on top of your head. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so you can see me and I'm doing a mirror image. You're going to start gently releasing that right hip towards the side. And again, if you've been doing my sessions, you know that I talk about that sensation of trampolining. So imagine that there is a trampoline beside you, and it's not that you're forcing yourself into a stretch, you're allowing a release and a rebound. And by the way, you can have one knee bent and one knee straight. You can straighten your knees, you can bend your knees, as long as it feels good for you. And then we're going to start to add a release along the rib cage. So now what you might find is that your movement slows down. You might notice that your movement becomes bigger. But wherever you are with your rhythm, connect it to your breath. Because fascia, or connective tissue, loves oxygen. So we want to breathe with the movement. And then let's add that tensioning with that top arm. And at any point, if this feels like it's too much on your lower back or too much on your sacroiliac joints, then just contain the movement, make it smaller. Taking just two more. One more. And come all the way up and allow the arm to float down. Close your eyes. Observe. How does your right side feel at the moment? Is there a difference? Blink your eyes open, bringing your left hand rested on top of your head, and we start just with the hip, that little bit of a trampolining action towards the left. So these are the lateral lines, the right side line and the left side line of our fascia, our connective tissue. And we can strengthen and we can release our fascia. And this creates a sense of elasticity in our fascia. So it might feel like we're just kind of doing a stretch here, but in fact, you're training strength and elasticity into that sideline. And now when you're ready, start to add that extra release of the ribs. So that sideline comes all the way up the side of the leg, over the side of the hip, and it comes up through the obliques and then into these muscles along the side of the body, the intercostals, the serratus. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, you add that tensioning with the top arm. And again, make it smaller if you need, slow it down or speed it up if you need. So you don't have to move at the same rhythm as me. Let's just take a few more. Last two. One more time. And releasing all the way up. Just let your arm float down. And then once again, close your eyes and feel. What's happening on that left side? When you're ready, opening your eyes, blink gently. We're going to roll down again. So on your breath, just look down towards your feet and feeling the release of each vertebra working its way down your spine, and stop with your hands just in front of the knees. Hold it there for a moment and then fold over from the crease of your hip. Coming all the way down, maybe you can touch the floor now, maybe you couldn't before. Relax the back of your neck, take a breath, and then exhale, slowly back up you come. So your abs are working at the front, but you are activating the back of your body to come all the way up to stand up nice and tall. Place your hands onto the shelf of your pelvis, and let's just start to bend and straighten the knees. So it's not going to be a massive bend. You know, sometimes we bend the knees and then we go into that deep squat like we're doing downhill skiing. But today we're keeping our spines upright, and it's just a bend and straighten of the knees. And now, as you straighten the knees, just pick up one heel. And then bend your knees, feet flat, and straighten your knees, pick up the other heel. So what we're doing now is releasing the connective tissue, the fascia again, under the soles of the feet. This is the plantar fascia. But that line runs up the Achilles tendons and into the calf muscles, and it does go up higher. But right now, we're just focusing on that bottom section of fascia that is the back line of our body. So oftentimes, if we're holding tension around the calf muscles and the feet, believe it or not, it has an effect on our lower back and up along the spine to the neck. So hopefully we're releasing that whole back line. Let's just take one more time each side. And bend both your knees, release your arms down. We're going to take a deep breath in, reach up, connect the tips of the fingers to each other, and then exhale, open your arms, straighten your knees, and just allow yourself to settle here for a moment. Let's do another roll down. Take a breath in. Exhale, look towards your feet and finding that gentle movement of the spine. And can you notice that your arms are hanging nice and heavy? Stop, hands in front of the knees. How does this feel now in comparison to the first one you did. And now start rolling all the way down, folding over from the crease of the hip. And again, as you surrender into this position, relaxing your neck, just observe how it feels on your body. What shift is taking place? Take another breath in. And exhale, unravel your spine, coming all the way up to stand up nice and tall. And take a moment to focus your eye line. Now you're going to bring the arms all the way out, turn the palms to face up, and then just soften your knees a little bit so that your lower back is free. We're going to inhale to open up across the chest, and exhale to bring the hands forward again. And we're going to inhale, and maybe you can make your hands go a little bit behind you. And exhale, maybe you can start to bring the fingertips towards each other. And now as you inhale and open your arms, maybe you can lift your heart and eye line a little bit. And exhale, and now you can round your spine and lower your gaze. And again, breathing in, lifting up through the chest. And exhale, finding a little bit of rounding through the spine. So as you move your arms, we are opening the front arm line, and as you round your spine, you're opening the back arm line. Taking just a few more as you connect this into your breath. And remember, you want it to feel good. So don't force your body anywhere it doesn't want to go. And release to the front. And now just come back to the center. Stay here. Inhale to bring the arms up. Touch the tips of the fingers to their partners. And then exhale, clear some space as you open your arms. Straighten your knees. Allow yourself to pause for a moment. And now we do one more roll down. Take a nice breath in. Exhale. Nod your chin. Rolling halfway forward, just allowing the hands to hang in front of the knees. And notice now how your upper body feels. Take another breath in, and all the way over you go. Taking the tips of your fingers towards the floor. Stay here for a moment, just observe yourself. And then bend your knees enough that you can put your hands to the ground and start to walk yourself all the way down onto all fours. So you're going to set yourself up. So you've got your wrists in a comfortable place below your shoulders. You have a lengthened spine. And we're going to slide the right leg back. Keep your pelvis level and keep your toes on the floor for now. And then lift up that leg, keeping the lower belly engaged. Round your spine and bring your knee towards your nose. And then lengthen your spine, reach your foot back and your head forward. And again, using your breath. And lengthen. Now, keep moving at your own pace. Start to notice the connection on the front line of the body, the superficial front line. It's the abdominals. And then extend back and notice the opening of the front line as you extend the leg back. We're going to take one more time. Keep connecting into your breath. And extend back and now hold it here. Flex the foot and stay. You're keeping your leg at the same height as your hip. Your lower abs are engaged. And for a moment, see if you can find the connection to the back line of your body. So you have energy reaching through the crown of your head, energy reaching through your back heel, and you can feel the entire length of your spine and down the back of your right leg. Open your eyes. Start to circle your right leg around to the side, and you're going to place your foot on the floor, more or less in line with the left knee, and then roll that foot flat to the ground if you can. Let's do a little bit of a rounding of the spine like a cat. And then lengthen the spine. Reach your tail out and reach through the crown of your head. And again, round. Now, I have a fairly flexible spine. So I don't have too many issues with doing quite a strong flexion and quite a large extension. But if your spine doesn't have that mobility, then please don't force it. Just explore your own range. And then pause here for a moment with a lengthened spine. And we start to move slightly back and a little bit forward. And the more that you can keep your spine elongated, the more you're going to find a release into that right inner thigh. So this is part of our deep midline or our deep front line of fascia. This leads up into the pelvic floor, around the internal organs, up to the diaphragm, which is our breathing muscle. And then it comes up into the deep neck muscles. So this is accessing or releasing that entire line. One more time. And come a little bit forward this time, just a little bit forward. And then round your spine and push up onto the tips of the fingers. And we're going to stay here for a moment. Keep breathing. Can you find a connection into those abdominal muscles at the front? Start sliding your fingertips lightly on the mat towards your body so that you can start to roll up and spread your wings wide. So I'm going to turn to face you guys so you can see what we're doing. And I'm doing a mirror image of you. So you're in this position with those arms nice and wide. Put your right hand on your thigh. Bring the left arm up and over. And let's go into a little side release. Now, you can stay here or you can add a little bit of a trampolining. It's gentle. You can turn your head if you need. So feel it out on your own body. One more. And release. Coming all the way up for a moment. Spread your wings. Turn the palms of your hands up. And let's start to slide over to the other side. Over to the left this time. And come back in. So as you slide your body over towards the left, can you feel a connection along the obliques muscles? So again, remember I said that we can both strengthen and release our fascia. So this is starting to create some strength. And we're going to do one more time. Let's lean over to the side. Now, you can stay here if this is a nice challenge. Otherwise, how about framing your head with your arms? Reach. Can you create a long, straight line? We stay here and we breathe. 3, 2, 1. And we open the arms. Come all the way back to the center. Your arms come up. Turn the palms forward, and we cascade over like a waterfall, rounding over, placing fingertips to the ground, walk forward a little bit, putting your hands flat, lengthen through the spine, and then pick up that right leg, sweep it back behind you, and bringing the knee in. So make any adjustments that you need to your position. Make sure that your wrists are comfortable as well. And you're going to extend the left leg back, level out your pelvis, and then lift the leg up behind you. Lower abs are working. Round your spine, bring knee to nose. Lengthen forward through the crown of the head. And again. And stretch. So we're focusing on superficial front line of fascia, which includes the abdominals, the rectus abdominis. We've got 2 more. And 1 more. Stretch back, hold it. Flex the back foot, and then stay here for a moment, close eyes, and see if you can connect to your superficial back line. Energy through your crown, energy through your heel, waking up those back extensors all the way down the back of your leg. Open your eyes and sweeping that left leg around to the side, find your placement, roll the big toe down, make any adjustments that you need, and then let's start to round the spine and extend. And you can make this as big or as small as you want, as long as it feels good to you. You can make it slow or you can make it fast, as long as you have control over your movement and your breath. Let's do 1 more time. And then lengthen the spine, stay here for a moment, and then start shifting body weight backwards and forwards. So again, I find that this deep midline for me is quite tight. So I love this release because it really gets through the adductors for me. But some people don't even register this, and that's possibly because you are very released along that deep midline. So if you're not feeling a strong release, don't force it, just enjoy the movement. And we're going to do 1 more time. And then just stay a little bit backwards. Round your spine, push up onto your fingertips, and pause here. Just double check that you have a connection into the abdominals. And then start sliding your fingertips towards you. Come all the way upright and spread your wings wide. Stay there for a moment. Just focusing your gaze. I'm doing mirror image for you. Placing left hand to your leg, right hand up. Let's do a little bit of a side stretch. And then if it feels good for you, you can add those gentle pulses, little trampolining. And this in yoga is called the gateway pose. And it's a lovely transition between levels and finding release. 1 more. And slowly come back, spread your wings. Turn the palms of your hands to face up, open up across the heart, and then start sliding your body over towards the right this time. And come back to the center. So you're using your legs and your feet to root you and allowing your body to shift. We're going to do just 1 more time, finding the connection into those obliques. Now hold it here. You can stay here or challenge yourself by framing your head with your arms. See if you can create that long straight line with your body. Stay with your breath. 2 more counts. 1 more count. Open your arms. Come back to the center. Bring your hands up. Palms forward. Cascade, round over. Lightly touching the fingertips. And then walking the hands forward. Lengthening through the spine. Pick up the left leg. Sweep it around to the back. And bringing that knee all the way in. Stay here for a moment. You're going to spread your fingers out. Tuck your toes under. And we're going to do a little bit of a hovering of the knees here. So on your breath, find your body weight on your hands and on your feet. And if you can, lift your knees. And then start to notice every single joint in your body, stabilizing. Start moving your shoulders a little forward past your fingertips. And then moving backwards, so you start to move your hips above your heels. And then moving your shoulders forward. And then press back and then lift your hips up just a little bit. And bring your knees down, shift your body weight forward. Move back, hips up a little higher. Lower your knees and move your body weight forward. Shifting back, lift your hips up, and this time we're going to stay here and then just pedal the heels down. So we've already done a little bit of standing release work for the feet, the Achilles, the calves, but you might find it's a little bit more intense now that we've got our V shape with the body. Push both heels towards the ground, close your eyes, relax your neck, feel your thumb and index finger connecting to the ground, and notice the points of contact in your feet. It doesn't matter if the heels are actually touching the floor or not. Have the intention, have the connection of energy running down over the heels. Open your eyes, lower your knees. Just relax your feet, open your knees wide, and we're going to sit back into a little bit of a resting position. So give yourself props where you need. Bring your head down. Make sure that your head is actually supported, either on a pillow, the towel, or the floor, or your hands. And then just let your arms bend in front of you. And let your fingertips completely relax. Let your hands relax. Maybe you want to just give your fingers a little bit of a wiggle and then settle them back. And taking an opportunity once again to connect into your breath, to notice your physical body, notice your energetic body, and just observing if the two are synchronized. And then opening your eyes, bringing your hands a little forward, draw yourself up once again onto all fours. Set up your wrists, tuck your toes. We're going to do a very small hovering of the knees. And then move your left hand underneath your face to the middle of your mat, pivoting feet, knees, and hips. Start to balance on your left hand and coming into your side bend prep position. Pausing here just for a moment, finding the connections to the lateral line of your body on the left side supporting you. And you're going to stay here as you lower your knees and your hips towards the floor, so you're giving yourself an opportunity to sit here for a moment. That's it. Now, you're going to put your right hand on your right knee, and you're going to split your legs to bring that left shin in front. Taking your right arm, reach it back, open up a little wider across the front arm line, and then exhale, bringing your right hand towards the floor. And again, we breathe in. And we breathe out. So as you do this movement, notice what's happening to your scapula, your shoulder blades, sitting on the back of your body. Noticing the movements of the scapula, retraction and protraction on your rib cage. We're going to do one more time and come all the way down. Stay here. Put your right hand on the floor. Move your left hand out a little bit. And then take a moment to square your shoulders and pause. What does your head need to do and what do your legs and pelvis need to do? Then we start arching and curling, lifting through the chest, and then we curl back, a little push with the hands maybe. And again, little lift of the chest, and then we curl back. And again, lifting up through the heart, and press. And it's quite lovely when you're doing this mermaid to close your eyes and feel. Notice how you are releasing your spiral line of fascia from the inside out, using your breath. And we're going to do just one more. Come back and say to yourself, if your eyes are closed, you can open them. Bring your left hand to the middle of the mat again. Pick up your right hand and take a little peek underneath. And then we come all the way up. Now, pick up your right foot, help yourself, and just cross that foot over. It doesn't matter if you're going to be on a little diagonal, and see if you can now get that right hip down. If it doesn't feel good on your knees, then you can just bring the leg here, or you can straighten out that left leg. And all we're going to do is rest our hands on our front knee and bring our head down. And as you sit, start to feel the weight of your pelvis, your sit bones, on the ground below you. And just using your breath to allow that softening and release around the hip joints. And this is where, especially as we get older, our hips start to stiffen up a little bit. So we want to maintain mobility through them as much as possible, but without forcing, right? You don't need to hurt your knees or your lower back right now. So make any adjustments that you need. We're just going to take one more breath in and out here. And then unravel your spine to sit up nice and tall, holding onto that right ankle with the right hand. Just pivot yourself so that you can put your hand down and overlap your knees, split your feet a little bit. We're going to lift up into our side bend again. And then pivot around so you're facing towards the ground, and then lower your knees. Relax your feet out for a moment. Round your spine like a cat. Moving your hips back towards your heels. We're going to stay here, or you can add some gentle pulses. And remember, this again is all about the fascia. And right now, we're trying to bring our awareness to the fascia around the lower back and the pelvis. It's called the lumbar and sacral fascia. Two more. One more, and then slowly come forward, lengthen out your spine. I'm just turning around to face the other way so that I'm not going to have my back to you on the next set. You're going to tuck your toes under, lifting your knees up just a fraction. Now bring your right hand under your face, pivoting knees and feet to the left. Start to balance on the right hand and bring the left hand up. And we pause here for a moment, connecting in to the bottom line of fascia on the right side body. Stay here and bring your knees and your hips down so that you're going to be seated here. And then hold onto your left ankle. Move the leg back a bit so you can bring that right shin in front and find your mermaid seat. Right hand to the floor. Left hand comes all the way up and back. Breathe in. And then exhale, we round, bringing your hand down towards the floor. And again, just keep moving, finding the opening and release of the arm lines. So you've got a front fascial arm line, You've got a back fascial arm line, and ideally we want a balance between the two. And then start to notice the movement of your scapula on your rib cage behind you. One more time. And coming all the way around, placing left hand to the ground. Move the right hand out a little bit, and then just square your shoulders and pause. Notice what your head, your spine, and your pelvis need to do to accommodate you. And then we start to arch and curl back. Connecting your movements into your breath. This is one of the most wonderful positions and movements, this mermaid, to focus on the spiral line of the fascia. And take a moment to observe on your own body how this side, this rotation feels in comparison to the first side that you did. Is one side maybe easier than the other? And feel free to close your eyes. Find your own rhythm connected to your breath. And then come back to the center. Move your right hand to the center of the mat again. Pick up your left hand and take a peek underneath. And then come all the way up. Take your left hand onto your left ankle and just pick it up and step it either to the front if your hips are tight, or step it across if you can. But then you're going to see if you can get that left bum cheek down towards the ground. Don't force it, especially if the knees aren't happy. And then hands on the knee. And just let yourself settle here for a moment. You can close your eyes, focus on your breath. And just start to feel the floor supporting you from underneath. Allowing your hips to just gently soften here. A few more breaths in and out. And then in your own time, start to unravel your spine, taking left hand onto the left shin, just bringing that leg out. But now this time, we're just going to pivot to sit on our bottoms. So you're going to have your knees bent, slightly separated. Put your hands onto your knees. Lift your spine up. Use your arms to assist. And then breathe out as you start curling yourself backwards. Can you go back to a point where your elbows are straight and you almost feel that you're hanging off your knees? And then using your abdominals and your arms as you roll forward. And you lift up nice and tall. And again, curl back. So we are rounding the spine on the way back, relaxing through the neck and shoulders. And then roll forward and come up into a lengthened upright spine. And rounding back using abdominals. And curl forward. Now, lift up. And now I want you to lift your eye line, lift your chest, and maybe lean back a little bit with an arch spine. Use your hands to pull forward again. Release, round your spine and go back. Bend your elbows, pull forward. Lift your gaze a little bit, lift your heart, and maybe lean back a little bit to find an extension. Come forward, round your spine. Let's do one more set. Feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades. And pull forward. Lift your gaze, lift your heart, maybe do a little bit of a lean back. And come forward. And last time, round your spine. And now hold it here. Lift your toes up so you're digging the heels into the ground. Give a slight bend in the elbow. Tighten the abdominals and see if you can let go. Holding it here. We have activated the whole front line of fascia right here. Stay with your breath, keeping an isometric contraction here. We hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now roll down onto your backs. If you need to use your hands on your legs to help you, please do so. Bring your hands straight up towards the sky and then relax your feet down. So either just wiggle your hips a little closer to your feet or your feet a little closer towards your pelvis. Hands are still lifted. And let's start to do a little bit of a scissor of the arms. Gentle scissor. One more time, take the right arm over, rolling onto your right side, hand onto the shelf of the hip, and the top leg extends out long. Flexing that foot, bottom oblique is engaged, and you're going to breathe out as you lift the top leg up a little bit, your left leg, and then bring it down towards the floor, but do not let it rest. And again, lift up. Underneath oblique is working. And release it down. Keep reaching energy through the crown of your head, making sure that your head feels nicely supported with that underneath arm or a pillow. And so at the beginning of our session, we did some trampolining where we released the side of the body here when we were standing up. And now what we're doing is we are loading it. We're starting to recruit those muscles, waking up gluteus medius, such important work, especially for women, to stabilize our pelvis and our lumbar spine. And we're going to do just one more time, using your breath. Bring your leg halfway down. Now, put your left fingertips onto the ground and straighten out your underneath leg. So now, your top leg is hovering, your bottom leg is resting, and when you have your balance, you're going to pick up your underneath leg, your right leg squeezes up and releases down. It squeezes up and releases down. Now keep it going. This is all part of our side line series in Pilates. It's part of the foundation work. And now what we're doing is starting to engage and recruit the inner thigh muscles on that right leg. So remember we did that kneeling exercise with the leg to the side, and then we're moving backwards and forwards to release the fascia. Now that the fascia has been released, you might find that it's easier to recruit these muscles. Taking just a few more. And 2 more. Last one, squeeze up and hold it. Now stay here for a moment. Connect your obliques, squeeze your legs, test your balance. See if you can bring that left arm up towards the sky. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Relax your face. Take a breath in and exhale. Everything comes down. Bend your knees a little bit. Stretch your right arm out underneath your head. Step back onto your mat with your left leg and then roll onto your back. Arms up, knees bent, and we're ready to scissor the arms. Gentle movement, coordinating right and left sides, relaxing your neck as much as possible. And we're just going to do one more time. So now you have the left arm overhead and you roll onto your left side, cradle your head, fingertips onto the shelf of your hip, and the right leg extends out long. Flexing that right foot, we're going to lift the leg up and lower the leg down. So remember, guys, when you lift your leg up, you need to connect your underneath oblique. So that support on the underside of your body is going to stabilize your lumbar spine so that you're isolating this movement from the hip joint. So we're really focusing on that gluteus medius. Energy through the heel and energy through the crown. Last two. Last one. Bring your leg halfway down, put your fingertips on the floor, and then see if you can stretch that underneath leg out. You can point the toes here, find your balance, and now the bottom leg lifts and lowers. You are still stabilizing your lumbar spine here, allowing the movement to come from the hip joint. And now we're waking up the left inner thigh. Keep sliding your shoulders away from your ears. Taking two more. One more. Squeeze the legs up and hold it. And let's test balance. Right hand reaches up. Nice, easy inhale. And then exhale, bring everything down at the same time. And now bend your knees up just a little bit. Step back onto the mat with the right leg. And then roll onto your back, stretching the left arm out and bringing both hands up towards the sky, holding it there. I want you to stretch your right leg out, stretch your left leg out, squeezing the inner thighs, and we're going to go into a roll up from here, reaching the arms overhead. Don't let the ribs flare. Lift your arms, lift your head. Use your breath as you start curling forward, coming just until your nose is above your pubic bone. Take a little breath. And then exhale, rolling back. And reaching the arms overhead. We're going to repeat that again. Give yourself padding in the lower back if you need. Lifting arms, lifting head. Using that exhale, just until your nose is above your pubic bone. Take a little breath in, relax the neck and shoulders. And down you go. And releasing the arms overhead. We're going to add on this time. So you're going to lift arms, lift head, and on your breath out, pick up your right knee. You can bend it, stay in a curved spine. Take a little breath in, and then exhale. Roll back down, stretching your leg out to help you counterbalance. And then reaching the arms over. Now we're going to do the left leg. Lift your arms. Lift your head. Breathe. You're going to reach a point where you can hinge that hip up. Stay in a C curve so that your abs are connected. Take a little breath. And then down you go. Stretching the leg out. And reaching the arms over. We're going to add on. Lifting arms, lifting head, breathe, picking up that leg, and then this time, lengthen your spine. So now you're going to feel much more hip flexor. Take a breath in, exhale, round your spine and send the leg out, and the arms go back. Left leg, and lift the arms, lift your head, breathe. Lengthen the spine. Take a breath in and exhale. Curl back. Use your leg to help you counterbalance. Lifting arms, lifting head. Exhale. Coming to sit upright. Flex the foot. Point the foot. And then roll down, sending the leg away. So you've probably started to feel that we are engaging the front superficial line more and more. Lift arms, lift head, abdominals, hip flexors, lengthen. We flex the foot and there is tibialis anterior. Point the toe and roll down. And I think we're good for one more set, yes? Here we go. Lifting arms, lifting head. Exhale as you roll forward. Lengthen the spine. Flex the foot. Are you able to extend the leg? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you've got to hold on. And bend the knee, point the toe, roll down. Beautiful. So this is front line of fascia. One more time. Lift arms, head. Exhale. Coming up into your teaser V-sit. We flex. We extend. Hello, quadriceps, part of the front line. Bend, point, all the way down you go. Reach the arms back. And then give yourself a long good morning stretch, guys. That's quite a hectic series. Building up into our teaser. Woo, and relax the arms down. Please roll over onto your stomachs. So we can just do a little bit of spine extension just to find some balance here. So today, take your legs quite wide apart, like the width of your mat. And you can either keep them in parallel or a little bit of ballet turnout, whatever feels good for you. But you want to have your bum cheeks perky. Don't grip them, but engage them. Now take your hands wider than your mat. Elbows down, and then walk your fingertips a little bit forward than you normally would. Okay, his arms are wider and more forward than normal for you. Roll the shoulders back in the socket. Lengthen through the spine. Your body is engaged. It's awake. Start by coming up into a little baby cobra. And you'll probably notice that you're not coming up very high because your hands are forward. And then release your chest down and make any adjustments to your arms and legs that you need. Let's go again. And we're going to inhale to come up. Think of inflating your lungs like balloons to lift you. And then exhale, deflate the balloons to float back down. And now, inhale to lift up into baby cobra. And exhale to push into the hands and see if you can come up a little bit higher. Doesn't have to be a big lift. And then inhale to lower the elbows. And exhale and float back down. Inhale, come up, baby cobra. Exhale, push into the hands and come up just a little bit higher. And if you're super flexible in your back, you might even be able to straighten your elbows, but don't force it. And then lower your elbows to the ground and lower your chest. Pay attention to your lower back, hey? Let's do two more. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, push into the hands and lift up through your heart. Releasing down with control. So the abdominals and the bum cheeks are active, not gripping, but active. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, pressing up into a high cobra, or perhaps you might call it the swan prep. And release the elbows down and releasing the chest. Tuck your hands underneath you, bring the legs a little closer. Come up onto all fours. And then once again, just set yourself up so wrists are comfortable. And let's go into one cat stretch. Oh, that feels so good after doing the swan. You can stay here, or maybe you want to shift back a little bit if that feels better for your back. You can stay here, or you could add some gentle trampolining. Taking just a few more. And this is a wonderful way to start to build awareness, elasticity, and strength into the superficial back line of fascia. And then come all the way forward, lengthen your spine, spread your fingers out, tuck your toes under, and then lifting your knees off the ground. Let's move into one downward facing dog. Maybe you need to pedal the heels a little bit. And then push the heels down. And then in your own time, walk your feet halfway forward on your mat. You'll probably still be on the balls of your feet. And then walk your fingertips back towards your toes. And just get your heels flat. And then just surrender. Allow yourself to hang. And you can keep your fingertips on the floor if you need balance. Or you could hold one hand onto each elbow and hang like a rag doll. Maybe you need to straighten your knees a little bit to increase your stretch and release, or maybe you need to keep those knees soft to protect your back. Keep breathing. And releasing your elbows. Soften your knees. Unravel your spine. Taking your time as you come all the way upright. And as you lift tall, just let your body settle. If you're feeling a little bit dizzy, then maybe just hold on to the wall for a second, or keep your eyes open so that you can focus your gaze. And then take a moment to close your eyes. And once again, just observe yourself. Feel your physical body. Feel your energetic body. Notice your breath. Feeling your heartbeat. And then just stepping back from yourself and letting all of it merge. Letting everything synchronize. Take a lovely deep breath in through your nose. Fill your body with air, oxygen, energy. Open your mouth and sigh. Blinking your eyes open. And then just taking a moment to roll your shoulders back and around. Maybe just move a little bit from side to side with your head. Bend and straighten your knees. Give your hands and your feet and ankles a little bit of a shake. Fantastic job, guys. Let me just see if anybody has any questions.